Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today we are going to repot this spruce. I'm not sure what kind of spruce this is, so if someone has an idea, well, please leave a comment in the posts. But before we start, let's have a look at how this tree looked 2 years ago. Hello, this is not a bonsai, this is a spruce in a plastic pot. I collected it a few months ago and I planted it in this pot. The roots are healthy, I guess, because the tree is growing. These are just weeds. This is a good friend of mine. Come on, brother. What are you doing here? Yeah. Just removing some weeds. The roots have a strange curve in the ground, so probably I will have to do quite severe bending, but this is something we will have to look at later. The only thing we can do now is let this tree grow and become healthy, and then maybe repot it and let it grow again next year. And then we'll see what we can do. So after this plastic pot, the tree was potted up in this big container, and I took a look at the roots, and then I bended the trunk here with the same technique I used with the rebar. You might remember it from the birch. And now it's time to get this tree out of the pot and put him in have a good look at the roots and see what we can do next. So as you can see here, the buds are just opening, so it's a good time to repot. The tree does not have a lot of green at this moment, but you see, by cutting back every year a little more, I'm coming back towards the trunk, and there's always new green opening. Like for example here. So you see this tree does backbud, and that's of course very interesting. So the root base on this tree is not too bad, especially for a spruce or a conifer in general, because, well, most of the time you just see a stick coming out, and people don't care too much about the root spread on conifers. I think you should always try to have the best root spread as possible. So let's untangle this and comb this out. So my first impression is that this tree did not fill his pot completely with roots, but still I'll have a look. After 2 years it's okay. And maybe I won't have to cut a whole lot of roots, but I will reposition the tree in a pot and try to balance the roots. And change the soil mix. As you see, it's a rather sandy soil mix. That's because this tree was collected in this kind of soil, and I intend to replace it with other soil. So all the soil is removed, and I'm getting rid of some moss. Here you can see the tap roots. So all these roots you saw, these are roots that were regrown, and I'm just going to untangle this and see what I can do. I think I'd like to this tree in a bonsai pot, a rather big one, maybe a little too deep, a little too wide, does not really matter at this point, but it's always nice to see your trees in a bonsai pot. So I'll have to do some cutting now. I'll do this with care because I'm not really familiar with spruce trees. I'm just moving this root here and it breaks. I think it is just a dead root. It has no fine roots like these one. So maybe I just cut this away to here. And maybe it will form new roots at this wound. So definitely this is all too long, I won't use that. And because I'm not familiar with these trees, I think I'm going to take it very slowly. This is a root growing on top, so I won't need that. For the rest, I think I'm going to just try to rearrange the roots and get them in a radial position, and that's really what I'm going to do. Maybe if I see some of these long things, just remove them. I think that's all I can do, or all I want to do. Because the health of your tree is always the most important thing. I have this big brown unglazed container, which is I think some mass production. It says number 10 here, means that it has to be something that comes in a set. So drainage screens and thick lava. Now before I plant this tree, I'm going to remove a little more of the stump where the taproot was. Just in order to gain a good centimeter. If we look at the root spread, you can see there are no roots here. This is not too bad. This lower root should probably be removed one day, but not this year. And well, that's it. So regarding the root spread, this is quite acceptable. This is not ideal. This is acceptable, but well, not the best choice. And luckily, if I choose this as a front, 1 second, you will notice that the spot where I cut away the main trunk was replaced by this branch. Well, it's because I saw these roots that I cut away this branch, of course, that I kept this one. And I think I'll go with this as a front. Gives some interesting movement to the trunk. Of course, it's a spruce or a fir, I'm not sure. And if it's completely straight, it's not a problem at all, but it could use some movement. So I mounted a little hill of fine lava and hot ground, and I'm going to put the tree on top of it. I'm not going to put it dead center, maybe a little more to this side. Like So, and then, well, you know, you heard it 100 times. Trying to put the roots in the position that you want them, and then work the soil in. And I'll be back when this is done. So the tree is potted up now. As a last layer, I added some of this cocoa peat that I had, and well, we'll bring some organic component to this soil mix. And as you can see, these are the roots. I'm going to water this tree now, and then prepare the moss. Preparing the moss is an extremely easy task. You just take well, some water, and then you put the moss in. Every time I repot a tree and I rescue the moss, I just put it in a bonsai pot, and I water it when I water the trees, and the moss stays alive and well. That's all it's needing. So now next step is go make a coffee and then drink it, and you come back and the moss will be ready. So this is done, and now just going to put the moss on top of the soil. Prepared a little too much, which is of course not a problem. And I'm always trying to follow the direction of the roots. It increases the visual radial structure of the roots. I had this little rock here, which I wanted to plant here in the corner. So I'm going to dig a little hole. It might just be a fun detail. And some people don't like rocks and landscaping. I remember once there was a bonsai critique with Walter Pell, and then I admire a lot. I want to say this very loud and clear. And in this exhibition there was also Sueseki. You see the viewing stones. And Walter, well, he did not like the viewing stones in the bonsai exhibition. He said that people that collected stones and should have their own exhibition and should not be there in a bonsai exhibition. And as an argument, he said that a lot of bonsai people also play golf, and well, you get the points. So, a little rock. So this is the front of the tree, and well, when I take the roots in consideration, and this is something I will definitely do. So this branch is what they call an eye poker, and I'm going to wire it very loosely, and just put it a little bit on the side. Like so. Notice that the wire is here, and I'm bending this way so that the wire is the wire helps that you don't break the branch. If you would have put the wire here, it would make some leverage, and then you might break the wire. So that's what you don't want, of course. You might break the branch, I mean. So this is all I have to do. So this branch can be used and will not be an eye poker anymore. So this concludes the work on today's first spruce. If you know, let me know. As you see, it's been 2 years that I've collected this tree. We are absolutely nowhere. There is no branch structure, there is no foliage enough. So the only thing I can do now is just let it grow, let the new growth come out, and then next year probably just cut back until I have more green on the beginning of all these branches. And then in a year or two maybe we can start thinking about shaping this tree, but for the moment, well, just having him in a good draining soil, and having him in a good pot and letting him grow, it's all we can do and all we really must do. And maybe just cut back to get back budding, which is quite easy on this tree, I feel. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.